Welcome back to the Winning Drive podcast. I'm your host, Kaeden Morris, and you can follow me on Instagram at Kaeden20Morris. And today we have a very special guest, Derek Forbort, defenseman of the Winnipeg Jets. Thank you for joining me, Derek. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
First question is, why did you choose the number 24?
I don't even know. It was just kind of one of the numbers that was available in LA. I had a couple of good buddies that were wearing 24 and always kind of joke about the 2-4 club. So just figured I'd join the 2-4 club.
Okay. What was it like being a first-round draft pick, and did it add any pressure to perform in any way?
Yeah, I mean, at the time it was really cool. I got drafted by LA in LA. So that was definitely a pretty special moment for me and my family. But yeah, I think being a first round pick definitely adds a little pressure. People kind of want you to, develop right away and be an impact player right away. And it doesn't really go like that for everyone. So for me, it's just about, keep working hard and staying the course and, just glad everything worked out.
Okay. You played in 4 World Juniors, 2 with the U20 team and 1 with the U18 and 1 with the U17s. What was that experience like?
It was cool. Yeah, my U18 year, we were able to beat Sweden in the gold medal game. So that was an awesome feeling. And to do it with a team that, played the whole season with in Ann Arbor. And, we grinded for about a month straight in Belarus to win that thing. So that was definitely a cool feeling. And then, yeah, World Juniors is awesome. It's a great tournament. I think my second year, I only got to play like 2 games. I got hurt. So that kind of sucked. But my first year, I think we won bronze. So that's definitely a cool memory.
Yeah, I bet. You just mentioned you won a gold medal with your U18 team in 2010. I guess you already said what it kind of means to you, but does it have a special meaning to you? Like, do you still have the medal and what does it mean to you like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got the medal and I've got the jersey that we wanted in signed by all the boys. So it's cool because you leave home and you go to high school in Ann Arbor. You play for the U18 national team, and those guys all kind of become your brothers, and I'm still good friends with a lot of those guys. A lot of them playing the NHL. I mean, our team was stacked, so it was really cool, to win it with the guys that you were on high school at the time.
Yeah, just for me, like my hockey team, we all build a bond, but I guess it's not kind of the same thing as winning like a World Junior Championship. But after your time with the USA national team, you went to UND, and it has produced a ton of NHL stars. What was it like playing for that program?
It was awesome. I mean, yeah, just like you said, like the guys that went there before, like Oshie, Taves, all those guys, and to be able to put that jersey on with the Sioux head and go out there and compete was it was definitely a dream come true for me. Growing up in Duluth, I got to watch. What was the question?
It was you went to UND, which has produced a ton of NHL stars. What was it like playing for that program?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Just the amount of NHL guys they've produced and the culture that they've built up there. Being able to put that jersey on especially before they took away the name, was a special feeling.
Okay. What were your thoughts when you first stepped into the Ralph? Because when I went there for one of the tournaments I did, and it was like one of the best experiences of my life. So I just want to kind of get what your opinion was on that arena.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a hockey palace, like especially after playing in NHL rinks, like it's hands down like top 5 rinks in the entire world. Just like the amount of detail and the facility and just how nice everything is there. It's to be able to play college hockey there was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, you saw it's such a beautiful building, and to be able to wear the Sioux jersey in there was a really special feeling.
Have you been back there since the new renovations?
Yeah, I was. It was like 2 or 3 summers ago. They were just finishing up the locker room, and yeah, they did a really good job on it. It's really cool, really cool.
What was when you're with LA? What was it like playing with Drew Doughty, and how much did that help you become the defenseman you are today?
You there?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Drew was awesome for me. Being able to play with him and play big minutes and play against other teams' top lines definitely just pushed me to be a better player. And he's such a good teammate, and just the way he approaches the game with the kind of like that carefree attitude and just his high compete level. Just kind of rubbed off on you. And I was very fortunate to be able to play with him for the years that I did.
Did playing with Doughty help you mold yourself into the defensive defenseman you are, or have you always been one?
I think originally when I got drafted, I was kind of in between offensive and defensive. And, when you get to the NHL, the coaches kind of want you to kind of either establish yourself as either offense or defensive guy. So I just kind of started gravitating towards the defensive side. And it worked well playing with Drew just because, he's so talented offensively. And for him to be up in the rush and to know that I'm back there and, capable defender, I think, which is what allowed us to play so well together.
Before you got the call out to play with the Kings, you were on that Manchester team that won the cup. What was it like winning a championship?
It was sweet. We had a really good group of guys there. We had Biz Nasty in the locker room playing tunes. Josh Gradden, just a lot of guys that we had kind of been in the LA farm system together. So we all kind of came up together, and to be able to put it together and win a championship was a really awesome feeling. And I'm still tight with a lot of those guys. So it was an awesome run.
Do you have any stories that from back then you could share?
Our head coach was Mike Stothers. He's an awesome coach, really funny guy. And anytime Biz would mess up a drill, he would make Biz go sit in the penalty box. So that was kind of one of the funnier things that he would do that year.
Okay. Before you came to Winnipeg, you got traded to Calgary. How hard of a change was that moving from California to Canada, and how did that affect you?
Just like the change in weather was a bit different. But I mean, it was fun to like join a playoff team and a team that was like competing every day to, make the playoffs. So that was, I loved it. I was really happy I got traded to Calgary and was able to play in the playoffs with them.
You got to play in one playoffs with the Kings, right? That 2017 run where you guys got swept in the first round, or is there any other seasons?
I tore my MCL 2 games before playoffs that year, so I didn't get to play.
That must have been rough.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. This past off season, you hit free agency for the first time in your career. What was that like going through the free agency process? And can you explain a little bit what it's like?
It was my first time, so it was a little weird. I'd been hurt for most of the year before, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I just kind of listened to my agent, and he just kind of took care of it. I just kind of hung out, and when he talked about Winnipeg, it seemed like a good fit, so that's what we went with.
What stands out to you about this Jets team compared to past teams you've played for?
Definitely, I think just like the amount of skill up front. The top three lines here are just totally stacked with talent. It's insane the amount of plays they can make, and it makes playing in the offensive zone with them just a ton of fun. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
I've really enjoyed watching you the first few games. What is it like moving teams and having to meet and play with new players?
I think it's kind of fun to play for a new city, and like I've said this before, like hockey guys are pretty much the same anywhere. Just all good dudes, and so that part's been easy. It kind of sucks we're in a pandemic, so it's a little tougher to get to know them, away from the rink like you would normally. But it's been great so far.
What are your thoughts on the Canadian division this year?
I think it's a lot of fun. There's some good rivalries that are starting to get, brewing, and just kind of having all that the spotlight of playing a Canadian team every night. It's it's fun hockey to play in, that's for sure.
During the home opener against the Flames, one play you made this so far this season that stood out to me was that save on that empty net shot. I've obviously seen you do this before with the Kings. What were you thinking before you made that save?
I don't. I think at the moment I wasn't really thinking anything. It's just kind of reading and reacting, and I saw it was that Rasmus Anderson with the puck, and I knew that he's got pretty good poise after playing with him in Calgary, and he was just trying to wait out Helly, and I was able to kind of get back in the net and just kind of get my stick and body there to help him out.
Okay. How are you enjoying Winnipeg so far?
It's been good. I mean, I haven't really gotten to try out any restaurants or hit up any bars or anything just because of just the pandemic. But it's been good. I got my dog up here, so we've been enjoying a lot of the dog parks and just kind of walking around the city. So it's been good, and hopefully things can open up and I get to see more of it.
You got a little lucky. This is one of our hottest winters we've had so far. So
that's scary.
Yeah.
To think about.
Who is your favorite guy in the locker room?
On the Jets?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark Scheifele's pretty funny. He doesn't swear, so when he's trying to get the boys all pumped up, he uses some pretty interesting words. He's a fun guy.
Do you have any other funny stories you can share from this point in your career?
Nothing off the top of my head. Sorry.
Okay. What are your goals for this season?
I think just first one's to do finish in the top 4 in the division and then make the playoffs and hopefully go on a run with the boys.
The Jets have some young defensive talent, like for example, Ville Heinola. What are your thoughts on his growth being a former first-round pick yourself?
He's a good player. If the poise he has at his age is definitely noticeable. Yeah, he's gonna be a great player here for a long time. The fans should be excited about him.
Okay. Who was your favorite player growing up?
Probably Nick Lidstrom. I don't know, I remember watching. Felt like the Red Wings were always on TV growing up, just because we didn't have an NHL team when I was younger. So I kind of grew up watching the Wings, and he was just kind of my favorite player, just kind of the way he moved and how he played the game.
Was he the reason you chose defense, or is that just a thing you were always attracted to?
Yeah, I think I was just a lazy kid.
Yeah, me too.
Less moving back on D.
Okay. Our last question here is, who was your biggest role model growing up?
Definitely my dad. Growing up in Duluth, and my mom ran a daycare, so my dad would build a hockey rink in the backyard for the whole daycare to play on. So we had huge games going on all the time, and he did a lot of coaching growing up. And I mean, the only reason I wanted to play was just because he loved it. So definitely my dad.
Was he the reason you chose hockey, or is that just like everything else, you just loved it for being from Duluth and all?
I mean, I played football, baseball, hockey my whole life. So, but yeah, hockey was always kind of our sport. He still builds the rink in the backyard and runs neighborhood kids through his drills back there. So he's always loved it. So I guess that's kind of why I fell in love with it.
Okay. You're having a great start to your season so far. So thank you for joining me, Derek. I appreciate it a lot, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And that was our interview with Derek Forbort of the Winnipeg Jets. Thank you all for listening. My name is Kaeden Morris with the Winning Drive podcast. You can follow me at Kaeden20Morris on Instagram, or you can follow our podcast with my co-host and I, Nathaniel Duncan, at the Winning Drive podcast on Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you next time.